If the father dies, the sole right does not fall to the husband. If the husband dies, the sole right falls to the father. In this matter, the power of the father surpasses that of the husband. In another matter, the power of the husband surpasses that of the father. For a husband can revoke the wife's Nedarim, even after she has been a Bogeres, and while the father cannot revoke a Nedarim once she becomes a Bogeres. If she vowed while she was betrothed and was divorced on the same day, and betrothed again the same day, even to 100 men, her father and her current husband revoke her Nedarim. This is the general rule. As long as she had never entered into a state of independence for even 1 hour, her father and her current husband revoke her Nedarim. It was the custom of scholars that as long as one daughter had not left him, he would say to her, "All Nedarim which you have made in my house are revoked." And so too, the husband, before she would come under his authority, would say to her, "All Nedarim which you have made prior to coming under my authority are revoked." For once she comes under his authority, he cannot revoke them.
Okay. Hey. So if you have an adult girl who is engaged, she's done Eresin and she's waiting, she's still living in her father's house, but and now it's 12 months. She's supposed to be 12 months. Remember, we saw this in Maseches Kesubos, that she's supposed to be 12 months, and after the 12 months, then the husband is now responsible to start feeding her if he can't make it to the chuppah on time. Okay, so after the 12 months, or for an almana 30 days, because the period for an of Eresin for an almana is 30 days only. Rabbi Eliezer Omer, since the husband is now responsible to feed her, he also now has the right to cancel her Nedarim.
Did you just say that the almana has 50 days?
No, 30.
I thought you said 50.
No,
must be my head.
Sorry.
Okay,
if I did, then I misspoke.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So Rabbi Eliezer says that once the husband is responsible for feeding his wife, he also then has the right to cancel her vows. And the halacha is like the chachamim that you can only that he only has the right of hafara once she actually moves in with him after the chuppah. And shomeres yavam. Now, what about the case of the shomeres yavam? So this is so the shomeres yavam is the woman whose husband died childless, and she's waiting for yibum by one of his brothers. Now, do the brothers have the right to cancel her vows? Okay, and we have here a three-way machlokas between the Tanaim. And it can make a difference whether you're talking about one yavam or two yavamim, or more than one yavam. Okay, Rabbi Eliezer Omer, yeah, fair. He says, yep, the yavam has got the right to nullify the vow, and it doesn't matter how many yavamim you have. Any one of them has got the right. Rabbi Yeshua Omer le'echad, aval lo l'shnayim. Says only if there's a single yavam, but if there's more than one, then they don't have the right to nullify her vows. Rabbi Akiva Omer lo le'echad ve'lo l'shnayim, and Rabbi Akiva says forget it. The yavam is not in the parasha of Hafaras Nedarim. Amar Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer explains his rationale. Ma im isha shekana hu la'atzmo harehu mefer nidaria. So if there's a woman who a man had to go out and he had to acquire her for himself, right? He has also acquired the right to nullify her vows. What about a woman who has fallen to him min hashamayim, that he didn't have to make a kinyan, she's already automatically connected to him? Eino din sheyafer nedaria. Is it not a kal v'chomer that he should have the right to nullify her vows once if she's fallen to him automatically? Amar lo Rabbi Akiva. So Rabbi Akiva says, "Lo imam right to be shashi kana lo hu la'atzmo." If you want to talk about a woman whom he acquired for himself, she'ein la'cherim barishus, nobody else has got any kind of rishus over her. Tomar be'ishna she'knu lo min hashamayim sheyesh la'cherim barishus. Can you say that about a woman who's fallen for yibum, and there are multiple people, there possibly many brothers who have got the power to do yibum over her? So how could you make a kal v'chomer like that? In the case of a marriage, he is uniquely in charge of. He is uniquely her husband, whereas with Yibum, there are multiple Yavanim. So you can't make a kal v'chomer like that. Amalo Rabbi Yeshua. Ha, says Rabbi Yeshua. Because what did Rabbi Yeshua say? But that's exactly the distinction I made. I said one Yavam yes, many Yavamim no. Akiva dvarecha b'shnei Yavamim no. Atam eshiv al Yavam echad. So okay, now argue against me because I say that if there's only one Yavam, then he should have the right to of hafara. Amalo ein haYavam gemura leYavam kashem sheharusa gemura leisha. He says the Yavama is not completely the wife of the Yavam, the way she is to her husband. So, and you see this in the fact that if the woman goes and has relations with another man, if she's married, then they chayav misa. If it's for yibum, then it's a stam lav. It's just Yavam on the shuk. So there's no. So you can see that it's not the same as a marriage, and therefore. There's no hafaras nedarim for the yavam, and I believe the halacha follows Rabbi Akiva.
I have a question on this. If the woman needs yibum, and there are 4 brothers, I don't remember what happens. Do they start with the older one and say, "Do you want to?" Is it the older one that goes first, and then the second?
So they go to the older one and say, "Do you want to do yibum?" And if he says no, then you go down through the age order to say you want to do Yibum. Once they all say no to Yibum, then you go back to the eldest and say, okay, so you do Chalitza then.
Okay, so in this case also, would that be in revoking Nedarim? Would the oldest one be the one to go first, and then if he doesn't want to revoke anything?
You're saying according to Rabbi Eliezer. So according to Rabbi Eliezer, actually interesting. We don't dive too deep into Rabbi Eliezer's opinion. No. The Kahati explains on this. That the Gemara explains that Rabbi Eliezer's opinion. It's when the Yavam has done mamar with her. When he's already done mamar, so that's a kiddush in Derabanan. So now Rabbi Eliezer says, okay, so mamar is kone by Yavama. So now she's his. Okay, therefore, if she's an almana from Erusin and she's still a nara and she has a father, so the yavam who did mama with her can be made in the in partnership with the father. So that's Rabbi Eliezer's opinion.
Okay.
So Rabbi Yeshua doesn't hold by that this idea that the mamar is koneh, but he says so it's got to be it's the zikah. It's just the fact that she is bound to this brother because he is the only yavam. He's the one who's going to have to marry her. So it's like she's an arusa. Okay. Okay. All right. So does that answer questions? Okay. So let's move on to Zayin. If a man says to his wife, "Call Nedarim shitidori mikan ad she'avo mimakom ploni harehen kayamin." So he says to his wife, "I'm going away, and I'm telling you now, if you make any Nedarim while I'm gone, they're kayam. I'm the kayam that you'll be stuck with them." Okay? Lo amar klum. It's a meaningless statement because it hasn't happened. You can't be mekayim something that doesn't exist yet.
That happened yet, right?
It's called like I don't know. Yeah, it's a davar shelo ba'al olam. It's you can't be mekayim something that doesn't yet exist. Okay. Lo makom harehen mufarim. But what if he says, all of your vows that you vow while I'm away are automatically cancelled? Now we have a machlokes. Rabbi Eliezer omer mufar. He says, yeah, that works. That works. That he can cancel them in advance. The Chachamim ain't a mufar, and they say no, it doesn't work. Also doesn't work. Amar Rabbi Eliezer in heifer nedarim sheba lichlal isur lo yafer nedarim shelo ba lichlal isur. So he makes a kal v'chomer. Again, he says isn't it logical that if the husband has the power to cancel something that's already become asur to her, right? She took a neder, and in between the moment when she made the neder and the husband heard about it and canceled it, that was asur to him in the Torah, and he has the power to cancel that. Shouldn't he also have the power to cancel something that hasn't even yet become asur? Okay, so that's
If she makes a letter that says, I'm not going to eat any apples this year, and he's gone away, he can cancel that.
He can cancel, but he's canceling it in advance. He's saying
In advance.
he's saying any Nedarim that you make while I'm away are automatically cancelled. Okay, Rabbi Eliezer says, good, that works. And Rav Chachamim say it doesn't work. So the Chachamim countered Rabbi Eliezer and said, Harehu omer isha yikmenu v'isha yiferenu. The pasuk says that her husband can confirm the vow, and her husband can cancel the vow. Okay. Only things that have come into the stage of where he's able to confirm them can he cancel. If it hasn't come into the stage of where he can confirm them, he also can't cancel them. So it's an equivalence over here that the Chachamim say that just like he can't confirm a vow until it's actually come into being, he also can't cancel a vow until it's come into being. Okay, and again, halacha follows the Chachamim.
It says the pasuk says a husband can confirm it, and a husband can revoke it. Yes. So it confirms he's away though. So what is
exactly. So but what we're saying is that his statement at the beginning, just like all of the vows that you vow while I'm away are confirmed, doesn't work. The same thing doesn't work to say all of the vows that you vow while I'm away will be cancelled, because if you can't confirm it, you also can't cancel it.
Right.
That's the Chachamim's perspective.
It's not in existence yet, so you can't.
Not in existence yet, so therefore it's not. It cannot be done. Okay.
Okay. Zion. So that's Zion. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If one who says to his wife, "Konam, your handiwork to me, they are the konam for my mouth, or they are no konam to my mouth," he is forbidden whatever is received in exchange for them and whatever grows from them. With respect to my eating, with respect to my tasting, he is permitted whatever is received in exchange for them and whatever grows from them. If it is a thing whose seed decomposes, but for a thing whose seed does not compose, even what is grown from what is grown is forbidden. If a person said, "What you make I shall not eat until Pesach," or "What you make I shall not wear until Pesach," what she makes before Pesach he is permitted to eat or wear after Pesach. What you make until Pesach I shall not eat, or what you make until Pesach I shall not wear, he is forbidden to eat or wear after Pesach what she made before Pesach. If a person said, "Konam, whatever benefit you have from me before Pesach, if you go to your father's house before the festival," if she went before Pesach, she's forbidden to have any benefit from him until Pesach. If she went after Pesach, she is liable for, he shall not break his word. Konam, whatever benefit you have from me before the festival, if you go to your father's house before Pesach. If she went before Pesach, she is forbidden to benefit from him until after the festival, but she is permitted to go after Pesach. If old slaves or old slave women fell to her, they should be sold. Land should be bought with the proceeds, and he enjoys the ufuk thereof. Reb Shimon ben Gamliel says she need not sell them because they are the pride of her father's house. If an old olive tree or old grapevines fell to her, they should be sold as wood. Land should be bought with the proceeds, and he enjoys the ufuk thereof. Reb Yehuda says if she need not tell them because they are the pride of her father's house. Not tell, I meant sell. She need not sell them because they're pride of her father's house. If one spent money on his wife's property, whether he spent much or ate little, or spent little and ate much, whatever he spent, and whatever he ate, he ate. If he spent and did not eat, he must swear how much he spent and take compensation. A woman waiting a yavam to whom property fell, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel agree that if she sells it or gives it away, the act is valid. If she died, what is to be done with her ketubah and what is and with the property that comes in and goes out with her? Beis Shammai says the husband's heirs divide it with the father's heirs, but Beis Hillel say that the property remains in their possession. The ketubah is in the possession of her husband's heirs, and the property that comes in and goes out with her is the possession of her father's heirs. If his brother left money, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usufruct thereof. If he left produce detached from the ground, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usufruct thereof. If he left produce that is attached to the ground, said Ramea, they appraise them and determine how much they are worth with produce and how much they are worth without produce. With the difference, land should be bought, and he enjoys the usufruct thereof. The sages, however, say produce attached to the ground is his. Detached from the ground, whoever comes first gains possession of them. If he comes first, he gains possession. If she comes first, land should be bought with it, and he enjoys the usufruct thereof. If he married her, she is considered his wife in all respects, except that ketubah is a lien on her first husband's property. Okay. And we are in Megillah. There is no difference between the laws pertaining to a major bama and those pertaining to a lesser bama, except as regards the Pesach sacrifices. This is the general rule.
Wait. Oh, yeah, sorry, I beg your pardon. You're right. Carry on.
This is the general rule. Any sacrifice which is a vow offering or a gift offering may be brought on a bama, but any sacrifice that is not a vow offering or a gift offering may not be brought on a bama. There is no difference between the laws pertaining to the tabernacle at Shiloh and those pertaining to the temple in Yerushalayim, except that in Shiloh one was permitted to eat Kedoshim Kalim and second ties anywhere within sight of Shiloh, but in Yerushalayim one was only permitted to do so within the walls. Both here and there, Kodeshim were permitted to be eaten only within the curtains. After the sanctity of Shiloh, bamos were permitted, but after the sanctification of Yerushalayim, bamos were not permitted. If the Somer read the Megillah out of sequence, he has not fulfilled his obligation. If he read it by heart, or if he read it in the Targum or in any other language, he has not fulfilled his obligation. However, we may read it for those who speak a foreign language in a foreign language, and one who speaks a foreign language and heard it and read it in Hebrew that was written in Assyrian script has fulfilled his obligation. Okay, challah. Dalet. I'm sorry, base.
It's Gimel.
Gimel. A woman may sit and cover for challah while she is naked, because she can cover herself, but not a man. If one cannot make his dough in the state of cleanliness, let him make it in calves, but let him not make it while unclean. Rabbi Akiva says, let him make it while unclean, but let him not make it in calves, for as he designates by name the clean, so does he designate by name the unclean. He designates this as kala, and he designates this as kala, but calves have no part in that name. If one makes dough in calves and they touch one another, they are exempt from kala unless they interlock. Rabbi Elliot says, even if he withdraws and places them into a basket, the basket combines them for kala. When they say they touched each other, okay, or except unless they interlock, the two collars in the oven are next to each other and they touch each other.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay. It's when they bake together, it's like, do they actually bake in and sort of, you know how as they rise they can join in together and like you have to break them apart. So just touching, just touching is not the is just that's just touching. But the yishochu is when they actually stick together.
It's together. If one separates challah from the flour, it is not challah, and it counts as misappropriated in the hands of the priest. The dough itself is liable to challah, and the flour, if it is of the quantity, is liable to challah, and is forbidden to non-priest. So, Rabbi Yeshua, they said to him, it once happened that an elder, non-priest, seized it. He said to them, indeed, he harmed himself, but benefited others. And we go on to the Gayam. A garment whose warp is colored and its weft is white, or its weft is colored and its warp is white, is always judged according to its appearance. Garments become tameh when greenest of the greens or the reddest of the reds. If it was deep green and spread deep red, or deep red and spread deep dim, it is tameh. If it changed and expanded, or changed and did not expand, it is as if it did not change. And Rabbi Yehuda says it should be examined anew. That which is the same at the end of the first week is washed and confined. That which is the end of the second week is burned. That which expands at the end of either week is burned. If it turned dull during the initial inspection, Rabbi Yishmael says it is washed and then confined. The Chachamim say he does not need to. He does not need to. If it turned dull after the first week, it is washed and confined. If it turned dull after the second week, he tears it out and burns what he tore. And it requires a patch, and when the cover says it does not require a patch. If nega reappeared on the garment, the patch is saved. If nega reappeared on the patch, the garment is burned. Part of a previously confined garment was used to patch a tahor garment. If nega reappeared on the garment, the patch is burned. If nega reappeared on the patch, the first garment is burned, and the patch functions as an indicator for the second garment. On a coat that is colored in a white part, that's it. Okay. Avos. Okay, Yud base. There are 4 types of students. One who is quick to grasp and quick to lose, his reward is offset by his loss. One who is slow to grasp and slow to lose, his loss is offset by his reward. One who is quick to grasp and slow to lose is a wise person. One who is slow to grasp and quick to lose, this is a bad lot. There are 4 types of charitable donors. One who desires that he will give, but others should not give, looks disparagingly at the money of others. One who desires that others should give, but he will not give, he is stingy with his own money. One who desires that he will give and others should give is a pious person. And one desires that he will not give and others should not give is a wicked person. There are 4 types of people who go to the study hall. One who goes but does not act, the reward for going is in his hand. One who acts but does not go, the reward for acting is in his hand. One who goes and acts is a pious person, and one who does not go and does not act is a wicked person. And there are 4 types of people who sit before study. That was it?
That was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come
No short ones. Sorry.
on. Enjoy those.
Welcome to go ahead if you want.
Have a great day. Enjoy. You're going to the gym? Gym time today?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. Have a great day. Be well.